And I have a question for you. The question is, do you have enthusiasm about your life? Are you enthusiastic about your life? And now I asked this question to one of our study groups this morning, and it sparked this whole conversation around ultimately like how we portray our lives, right? Like there's this way that what we put out, right? It's just like, well, I show I'm enthusiastic. Whereas enthusiastic, it gets to be something for you. And then when it's in you, you naturally will express it. You can't help it because you're pumped about it, right? And I love the saying, if I want to be free, I've got to be me. Okay, not the me you think I should be, not the me my kids or my husband or my community or my boss or my government or whoever thinks I should be. I should be me. And ask the question, if I'm being me and if I'm being true to myself, am I really enthusiastic about my life? Think how you would think when you were a child. Like you didn't hold back when you were a kid. You didn't. You said what you meant. You meant what you said. You didn't overthink it. That's why we always say, from the mouth of babes. Do you believe that you are living your life full out? Is everything you're doing every day, from where you live to your relationships, to your health, to your bank account, to the how you serve for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, are you enthusiastic about it? Do you believe in the contribution that you're contributing during your 100 years on this planet? Because the key behind enthusiasm is like you have to believe. You got to be yourself, like you, and you got to believe. Does your life make you enthusiastic? And how do you know? Some people are like, I don't know. That was kind of another conversation we had this morning. Like, I don't know. Am I enthusiastic? You'll know if you believe in what you're doing and how you spend your time. Because where there's a lack of enthusiasm, there's a lack of belief. Like you don't believe in what you're doing, so why would you express anything different? And on paper, it might look like you have the most important life out there, a prestigious job or title, or a whack load of kids, or I don't know, who knows, whatever you think is important. But if you don't even believe in what you do, you're not going to be enthusiastic about it. The key is knowing who you are and expressing that with certainty. So when you know where you're going, like the whole point of you knowing where you're going, it's so that you can grow into that. Any goal you have, you guys, it's not so that you can get something, it's so that you can grow into it. You grow into the goal, you get it, you repeat it, you do it all over again. But do you believe you can even do that? Enthusiasm is a feeling. It actually comes from the word ethos, which means inspired by God. God, source, energy, universe, whatever you call it, doesn't matter, but that's what it's inspired by. And it comes from within you. And so the number one question I get is how do I even get enthusiasm? Like if I'm not enthusiastic now, how do I generate this? How do I bring it out? You be it. You be enthusiastic and you will find enthusiasm. You will find something in your life to be enthusiastic about. You will attract it in. Because either way, you guys, you're going to, whatever you focus on, you're going to attract in. But nothing shifts a frequency more than enthusiasm. Either way, you're involved in some thought frequency. You may as well be in control of it, right? You would be shocked how many thoughts you have in a day that is actually linked back to doubt and worry. And if you're saying to me right now, I actually am not shocked about that, then check that. Choose enthusiasm, like decide on it. Because the moment you choose it, the moment you choose you. And now you might be thinking, I don't know, that sounds selfish. There's nothing selfish about putting you first. You come first. I don't care how many kids you have. I don't care how big your family is. I don't care how old your parents are. I don't care what your job is. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care how many letters you have at the end of your name. You start choosing you and watch and see how your life changes. Watch and see how more engaged you are as a parent, as an entrepreneur, as an employee, as a human. Like if everybody truly put themselves at the center, if they became self-centered, game changer. Absolute game changer. So enthusiasm isn't just me getting all excited like this. Yes, I can express my enthusiasm. But a lot of the times I actually choose to control my enthusiasm and then channel it. And it's this channeling process it's an absolute game changer. Absolute game changer. Napoleon Hill, game changer. He actually talks about, he says, enthusiasm is defined as a state of mind that inspires someone to put action behind whatever they're doing. So when you have an idea and you don't feel like doing it, you're not enthusiastic about the idea. You're not inspired. Remember, that's another word for it. But when you are, it's contagious. I was talking with someone yesterday and she was talking about like an idea that she had and something she was building. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is it. What you're doing isn't even in my wheelhouse, but I'm so like, I want to be involved in it. Like, I don't even know how. But your enthusiasm is contagious. That's exactly what I said to her. So it's not only impacting her and her ability to take action on what she wants to do, but it had an impact on me. I can guarantee it's having an impact on every single person she comes in contact with. Dave's actually working on something right now. And every time he talks about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I get so pumped. Everybody does when they hear what he's talking about. I watch it. When you are enthusiastic about what you're doing, it doesn't matter what it is. It might be a service you provide, an idea, something about yourself. Your enthusiasm will affect the way that you talk about it, your tone of voice, your sincerity, whether people believe you. And it's not something you can fake. Like I talk to a lot of people all the time and they'll be like, no, I really believe that I can do this and I'm excited. And I'm like, I just tell them, I'm like, I don't believe you. If I don't believe you, it's because you don't believe you. You can't fake it because it's an energy and people feel it. And I see this all the time, specifically when people have like a business and they're trying to sell whatever it is they're trying to sell, which is nothing wrong with that, right? But if they don't believe that they're worthy of what they're doing or that they have the ability, they might be enthusiastic about the prospect of whatever they're doing or the idea. But if the following steps, right? And I think of this when I think of like even the network marketing industry. I see people like they fall in love with the product and then they go, okay, I want to hook people up with this product. But then they don't believe that they can build a business. They just don't believe that they can do it. They have all these too many stories in their head thinking, I can't do this. I can't do this. And then they're like, oh, I'm not selling anything. I guess it's not for me. That business model is for everybody. It's for everybody. You find a product that you're using anyways and that you love, and then you talk about it. It's like the simplest business model ever, and you get paid to talk about stuff. I would say if Disney paid me to talk about them, I would be a bazillionaire, but they don't. And yet I still talk about Disney. Right? Like it's the industry where and it doesn't matter whether it's network marketing or you might call it financial planning or real estate or whatever it is, you're still selling something. And if you don't believe you can do it, you're not going to sell anything. But this is where too you can control that enthusiasm. You can be passionate about it and then channel that enthusiasm into every single thing that you're doing. And it's possible because enthusiasm, it stimulates the mind of the one that possesses it. And it puts that person in a higher frequency. And when your mind is vibrating at a high rate because you've stimulated it with enthusiasm, it becomes an incredible tool. Because that vibration registers in the minds of anybody within your radius. And especially in the minds of those who you come in close contact with. They don't have to know everything that you're putting out there. They don't have to understand it, but they'll feel it. Everything is suggestion. Every interaction you have is an opportunity to key up and facilitate this force. Even when it comes to you with things that you do for yourself, right? Like I get enthusiastic when I do my affirmations or when I listen to my life script. When I do my mirror work, when I'm meditating, I get enthusiastic. When I'm doing a visualization. Actually, you know what? I recommend if you're doing, so many people are like, I'm doing affirmations. Do your affirmations enthusiastically. Do them enthusiastically. Mean what you say, and it will set up a frequency within you that will attract whatever you're affirming in so much faster. That's actually your challenge this week. I want you to get clear on what it is that you want, if you haven't already. And I want you to repeat it to yourself at least twice a day in front of the mirror enthusiastically. Okay? Say it with some enthusiasm. And then watch, it'll start coming even faster. It works. Enthusiasm, you guys, it is the starting point of the burning desire. If you want something badly and you make it up in your mind to get it, it kickstarts your actions and it makes you more alert to whatever opportunities there are. Because there's this force within us that kind of spurs us to do our best and to be our best. And it allows us to control the mind with anything that we start pursuing. It's like faith in action. And then it builds up more enthusiasm. And then you take more action. And then you take more action. And some people go, well, I have such a procrastination problem. I'm like, you don't have a procrastination problem. You have a desire problem. You don't have a desire that's worth having. Not anything that you're worth attaching some enthusiasm to. Nail down your desire and get enthusiastic. And then commit to growing this technique. Mastermind with other people around it. And it'll grow so quickly. So quickly. It'll be insane. Make a commitment, you guys. Starting now, enthusiasm. Deal? Deal. Have a good week.